Hey, this is Matt from Pop Evil, and you're watching Tattoo.com.
Hi, everybody. It's Mysterious Mel live from Rockwell on Sea Music Magazine, Tattoo.com, Rockwell Radio, on the edge, and I am backstage with Pop Evil. Woo!
Yeah, what's happening?
Oh my God, stoked. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, kind of a super fan, and Pop Evil just came out with a new album. I heard and got to listen. This is where I go neener neener boo hiss. I love my job. I got to hear it for all of you. But that being said, do you want to talk to us about the new Pop Evil album?
Sure.
Pop Evil titled.
Yeah, absolutely. It's our fifth studio album, just self-titled Pop Evil. I think, because it's more extreme than any of our previous albums. We go from like really, really heavy stuff to, ballads and poppy stuff, which we've done on other records before, but never to this extreme. So it's kind of like a true Pop Evil definition.
I had to say, I'm like, I love all their old songs. I'm always scared to listen to a new album from a band, which sounds really bad because when it's a band you like, you expect it to be like, oh, I loved their last album, so this one better come equal or top it or whatever.
Yeah.
You guys blew it out of the fucking water.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, I love it.
I agree with you though. Like with all my favorite artists, I was always nervous to like listen to a new album, like nervous and excited because it's like you spend so much time with one album, you start to become like friends with it. It's like, all right, well, this is my best friend, and before I let a new friend in, like, this is still my best friend, so I don't really know about you yet, but sometimes you let him in and like that album becomes your friend too, and it might even be a better friend than the last one, and you just never know. But
it's tough, and it's what's really cool about you guys is like you said, you've got a little bit of something for everybody. You've got the power, you got the, I'm gonna be sexist here, so forgive me and fuck PC, but you got the ballsy man song, and then you've got the kind of more like, the hit the female song, and then you got kind of the crossover. And I think that's one of the reasons I like your guys' music. It gives me a little bit of everything. Like, I can listen to your album and I can go from snuggling to orgasm to sleep. Not to sleep, but you know what I mean, like the up and down, the energy wise.
not necessarily in that order.
Right.
Yeah, okay, but those are all good things. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of that, depending on who spearheads a song, and I think you can really hear all of our different influences come out and stuff too, and that's what I like about being in this band is, we can do the heavier stuff and we can do the softer stuff, and because like if you're in Slayer, like I love Slayer, but I'm not pissed off all the time, like I'm not gonna listen to Slayer all the time. And if I were in a band that had to be pissed off to be on stage all the time, I just feel like it would translate into the rest of my life, in a pretty negative way. And I'm not trying to, knock on them or anything like that, but I like being able to have the flexibility to do different styles of music and different stuff for, different moods.
I really saw that in this album. I like I said, I personally loved it. I mean, I'm not just saying that because you're sitting here. Honest be told, when I get to review albums, sometimes you listen to the full album because you can't stop listening to it. And sometimes you listen to it once because you're supposed to. And sometimes you can only handle 30 seconds of each song. Mm-hmm. And I put you guys in the category where I still haven't stopped listening to it. Like I had that shit fucking memorized before. And the video to Waking Lions, I love it. Cool. What is the can you tell me a little bit about that song, since it is in fact my favorite?
Yeah. It's for the most part, it's pretty self-explanatory, and even the videos, the imagery of like something chasing a kid, and he's running and running and running and running, and finally gets back into a corner and decides to fight back, and stand up to whatever it is that's like oppressing him. And that could translate to anyone in any position and wherever you're at in your life. And that's pretty much what it was about. We wanted a real simple video that just kind of featured the band and had a cool little storyline to go with it, and just simple,
I love it, and that's why it's like one of my theme songs, like you said, is that part where I get empowered and I'm like, you know what? I'm always saying I'm sorry. This is the part where I say, fuck you, I'm not sorry. So thank you for that song, because that's like playing in the back of my head as I'm like, I'm like, Urgh. So,
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, like I said, that's my favorite song, so I could talk all night about it. But we're here also with a guy with some beautiful ink, and we saw you last on Shiprock when you were talking about your back piece, and I heard a rumor it might be done. So we're going to see some of Matt's back.
Sure, I can show you. It's pretty close to being done. I don't know if any of my tattoos are ever really done. I'm going through a thing at my shop right now where like I'm having my artist redo my entire torso and like go back over everything to make it cohesive, because I've gotten tattoos from so many different people over the years, and now that I've got my own tattoo shop, and one of my best buddies is my partner, I'm slowly knocking stuff out as I'm going home. But yeah, the back piece is really close to being done, so I'd be more than happy to show you.
Before I make your strip, which is something I like to do, I mean, perk of the job. I mean, for ink, of course, right? No, but I mean, you were talking about your tattoo shop. Are you yourself an artist, or are you into the art? Yeah, I need this story.
Yeah, I've done a couple tattoos, mostly like signatures for fans and things like that, and a couple other small things with people knowing full well that I'm not a tattoo artist, but they just wanted something done by me.
See, and that's what I was going to ask. Is it for you because you like and appreciate the art so much that it made you go and open? You know what I mean? Like what forced a person? I shouldn't say forced, but what made a person who cannot go out and say, "Hey, I'm going to buy a tattoo shop today"? You know what I mean? Like what was the?
Well, my partner in it, he was the singer of my first band ever when I was a kid, and we've been friends for years and years. He did it, the very first tattoo on me, and he moved to Arizona for like 8 years to be around stiffer competition and get better and make his skills better. He came back to Michigan and hit me up, said, "I'm looking at opening up a tattoo shop. Like, would you want to partner with me?" I was like, "It's a no-brainer. Yeah, of course."
That's awesome. So because I am who I am and I'm about product placement and pimping myself out, I feel I should give you that opportunity. So we want address, we want guy's name, we want, everything you can about your shop.
Yeah, absolutely. It's called Libertalia Tattoo. It's in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and you can go to Tattoo.com and check out some of our stuff, or Libertalia Tattoo on Instagram, and see more of our work. My partner's name is Scott LeMadlin, and he's got his son Chance LeMadlin, who's been an apprentice under him for a long time and just started tattooing there as well. And we have a lot of guests come in, guest artists and stuff, and we actually do some stuff too where like we'll shut down during the week and bring in local artists to just sit around and paint still life. So instead of flash on our walls, we've got all like oil paintings and different mediums of art where we have people come in and make art. So it's a tattoo shop / art gallery, is what we pride ourselves on.
I love it that you said that, because so many people that are into tattoos forget that most of these tattoo artists also do other mediums, whether it's oil or whether it's canvas or whether it's even whittling. Some of them have been like doing shit on wood. I shouldn't say shit. Art on wood. You know what I mean? Like There's more to it than just, hey, I'm a tattoo artist. So that's really cool that you brought that element into it.
Yeah, definitely. We want to focus on the art of it first, and anyone that comes in the shop's got to be an artist, before they get to work on anyone. So.
Well, very cool. Now that we've talked about the shop, because you got to go there, when in Michigan, go. And the chances are, like, is it ever random where somebody walks in, they're like, "Hey, I came in for a tattoo," and then all of a sudden, holy fuck, it's the guy from Pop Evil. Do you ever get that kind of?
It's usually, they usually know. Like, if they know about the band, then they're coming into the shop knowing that it's like my shop too. So.
See, I'm one of those random people where when I drive across country, I could be like, "Oh, hey, it's noon and I have $50. Let's go get a tattoo." And then, you know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't even say that. There are, I'm not just going to get anything from anybody, but I have been known one time to get my belly button pierced on the beach in Florida during spring break. We won't talk about it.
That's okay. End of conversation. We won't bring that one up.
Do you guys do body piercing at your shop?
No piercing.
No piercing?
Just tattoos.
That's cool. That seemed to be a thing in the 90s. Can you tell I'm from the 90s? Not in my 90s. I'm from the 90s. So, all right, let's see your ink, sir.
Awesome. Cool.
Just start at the back. I'll go back here. Yeah, if you could face. Oops, sorry.
Oh,
that's me.
Just like this way.
Okay, you can put that in front of us. Let me talk about it.
So yeah, this is the first piece that I wanted to get worked on when we opened up the shop, and like H.R. Giger is one of my favorite artists, so we kind of incorporated his piece, The Birth Machine, into like a full back thing that kind of goes over some of my other stuff, and I wanted to do a real big piece to kind of launch the shop and stuff like that too. I probably got another session or two on it yet to really kind of bring it all together and make the blacks really black and all that kind of stuff. But
how many hours in the chair is that so far for that piece alone?
I don't know. I don't keep track. It's usually about about 6 hour sessions or so at a time, and maybe 5 or 6 of them.
That's some commitment there.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your.
Yep, still trying to work on filling in the rest of my, torso and stuff like that. So I've kind of gone over, parts of the bat and the gargoyles and stuff, and we're working our way out and down to fill everything else in and get the new stuff in there and, brighten up the old stuff and make it all look cohesive, fix everyone else's mistakes.
Are you going to stick with black and gray? I'm sorry, I always say black and white, duh. Black and gray, or are you ever going to add color?
I don't want color.
Is there, and the reason I ask is what is the preference for that? Because some people are, I'll do both. Some people are, no, I'm just color, or no, I'm just black and gray.
I just like the way black and gray looks. Yeah.
Very cool. All right, those are beautiful.
Thank you.
That back piece is, you say it needs a little bit more, but looking at it right now, it's freaking amazing.
And my partner Scott at the tattoo shop, he's like, man, you can't stop like right at the belt line. We call that the jean jacket, man. You got to go down over the butt cheeks. So like we started going down, over my butt and stuff, and I couldn't believe how much that sucked. There's a reason why you get spanks on your ass.
So that's one of the most painful places then you would say is the butt?
Maybe not the most painful, but definitely right up there. Yeah.
I was curious about that because I'm like, here, it was horrible. And people say hands are bad and ribs are bad. But I never,
Yeah, I've heard the throat's the worst. So I'll look to do that eventually someday. Yeah.
Well, sir, we appreciate your time because we have kept you for a really long time. We've stripped you naked. We've talked music. I always love interviewing pop people. There's absolutely nothing wrong with this. So stay tuned to Tattoo.com, Rockwell On Scene Music Magazine, and Rockwell Radio on the Edge for all things Pop Evil.